Adavow is a cloud-based platform that collects and aggregates transaction information from people who go out and buy things from stores online. And we anonymize that data so that we don't know who it is that's actually purchasing something. We put it all into a database and we match that from different locations. So from M&S and John Lewis and Debenhams, for example, we put it all into one database. And what that enables us to do is then, when one of those brands is getting ready to serve an ad for something, say some champagne glasses, what they can do is they can say to us, well, should I serve this ad to this person based on what you know about what they've purchased recently? And we can say, well, actually don't serve that ad because they've already bought that from somewhere else. We don't tell them where they bought it. We don't tell them how much it cost. We just say, we know that a person has made that purchase somewhere else, so don't serve the ad. The first party data is crucial. I think because it is the stuff that you gather yourself, and the more of that data that you have inside of your own ecosystem, it also makes consumers feel more comfortable, because you can say, look, I'm not buying your data from anywhere else, and I'm not giving or selling your data to anyone else either. You're a customer of ours, and we have your information, and we only use the stuff that we know about you, and we use it for ourselves. We're using the data in sort of a big data environment in a slightly different and unique way that nobody else is actually using it. There's a lot of sites at the moment that have this data in massive databases, but they're not actually using it to try and make advertising more efficient. So what we're trying to do is remove all the waste and make the ads more efficient. And that's really crucial right now, because with all the ad blocking that's going on, you know, and you think some numbers say 40 to 60% of people have ad blockers installed and stuff like that, that the number of ads that are actually being shown to people is that much lower. So it's that much more important that the ads that you do show are the right ad, and you're not wasting it by showing them something that they literally just bought yesterday. It makes, for the brands themselves, it makes their advertising spend more efficient because they're getting more people clicking through for the number of ads that they actually show. So their conversion rates go up, which means that their revenue goes up as well. For online users like you and me, it means that we don't see ads that we don't need to see. You know, a lot of the people that I talk to, I ask a question at the beginning of every pitch when I do it, which is, have you ever seen an online ad for something that you've recently purchased? And 99% of the people raise their hand and say, yeah, I hate that when that happens. A lot of it happens in travel, and a lot of it happens in sort of retail fashion. And those are the biggest ones where it tends to happen a lot. That sort of makes the point of why this is so important. And literally nearly half of people got an item left in basket notification after they'd received a purchase, or sorry, after they'd completed a purchase elsewhere. That's a huge waste of a touch point with someone and an opportunity to be able to market and to reach out to someone and to have for them to have a nice brand experience. It really aggravates people, and it's one of the reasons why I think, you know, users are installing things like ad blockers so much, is because they're just sick of seeing ads and they're like, why can't they figure out that I've already bought this thing? And sometimes it even happens with the merchant itself. So if you go to John Lewis, and I'm not picking on John Lewis, but if you go to John Lewis and you purchase some champagne glasses, then you'll continue to be retargeted with ads for champagne glasses sometimes, because they don't even realize that you've bought it from them. Does anybody else here think it's a problem, or think it's something that you would like to address? Got a couple. What are your thoughts on it?
Just quickly, what do you mean when you mean offline data?
I'll pick on John Lewis, for example, but if you go online and you look for a set of champagne glasses, but you actually go to John Lewis home and purchase it, there's no way for John Lewis to know that you were on the website and that you did all your research on the web, but then you actually walked into the store and purchased them because you've got a party that night and you want to have them for now. Unless you do something like use your John Lewis partnership card. Now, if you've purchased something online and you've entered your partnership card, then they know through the cookies and whatever, they can identify that you're a user. And if you use that in the store, then they can tie those together. Or there's other ways they could do it. They could do it with credit card numbers. If you use the same credit card number that you've used online, they could match that up internally and be able to complete the logic to say, okay, this person was actually on our website earlier today, and then they came in and they bought these champagne glasses. The next phase of that is then they need to be able to tell, and I'll pick on Criteo because I know they use Criteo, is they need to be able to tell Criteo, stop retargeting this person because this person has now come into our store and bought these glasses, so stop retargeting them with the glasses. But at the moment, there's no way for them to do that So you as a consumer, when you go home, you're still going to get retargeted for the champagne glasses that you just purchased, and you're going to get retargeted from John Lewis. That's sort of the first loop that you need to close. The second loop would be if you went to John Lewis, and you went to Debenhams, and you went to M&S, and you looked at all three places. Well, of course, even if John Lewis knows that you purchased it, Debenhams and M&S have no idea that you've already purchased that product. So both of them are going to be potentially bidding against each other, right, to get an ad in front of you to retarget you for something that you've already purchased. And it is detrimental to the brand because then people just get annoyed with John Lewis. They don't know that it's not actually John Lewis that's serving them their ads, that it's some retargeting company that sits off to the side that John Lewis hired. They just think, well, I bought this from John Lewis. John Lewis should know that I bought it. And with phase 2 of our technology, so we're just coming up on sort of phase 1 and coming out with our first version of the product. But in phase 2, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able, for someone like John Lewis, we'll be able to tie in their offline purchases as well. So if you have a John Lewis card, John Lewis partnership, card, or like a Tesco's card, we'll be able to tell if you went into the store and bought those champagne glasses, then we won't serve you the ad online.